I can see why the Yosemite Club didn't want to dam this place. What a cool valley. Let's see down here. And there's a tunnel right there that I guess I go through. It's all new to me. Oh, also my pack, about 50 pounds. I've gone a half mile and I'm already a little tired, so that's worrisome. Oh, firefly. Wildflowers. Cool. Here's the tunnel. That entrance. Exit. Just one more video of Hetch Hetchy. So somewhere when I come back, I should be coming along there, and then I think back here is the switchbacks I take to get on top of this, so I can go start my journey. And there's the dam itself over there. It's also about 70 degrees, no mosquitoes, but gosh, it's warm. A lizard on the go. Sorry, guy. And I'm approaching the top here, or at least the edge of the slope, so I can get out of this valley. So Barbara mentioned this used to be an old road, and there's definitely places where there was concrete that has been broken up in an attempt not to make it a road. I think it would have been nicer if they just left it. Also, I was wrong. I thought the trail went up there. It doesn't. Check out the flowers. It's quite a pretty display. The west side has such a different feel from the east side. So green. And so low in elevation. Ugh. Look at this little meadow. How pretty is that? About 5.4 miles in, above Laurel Lake. I was going to try to go cross country through here, but then I wussed out because I'm lazy and weak. So I just added an extra mile. Oh well, easy terrain at least. This is why I wussed out on the cross country. I didn't want to try to wade through this stuff. Although once I'm past Laurel Lake, I need to for at least a bit. Hopefully not too long. Otherwise, I need a new plan. I'm helping out on this website called Understory. It tells stories of fieldwork. And just walking through here, I was perhaps obviously reminded of Understory. Also, I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm only 6.4 miles in, and I feel wiped out. So here's Laurel Lake, and my first peak is actually just straight back there, I believe. And then I'm going to try to go, there's a little bit of a notch back here. I'm going to try to go through there. So I'll drop my pack off, tag that little peak, and then hopefully the cross country is not too bad, because I'm pretty tired, and if it's hard, I'm going to have a struggle. Alright, first peak. It's like peak 6843. That's, oh god, I forgot what lake that is already. Oh, this is bad. I'm fried. It's only 4 hours into this, 9 miles. And I don't know what lake that is. Oh well. So I'm on this rocky outcropping. I need to drop into this valley, and then go back up to that out of focus white blur. And that's like 1,000 feet down, 1,000 feet up. Just took me about 16 minutes to go 300 feet. So should be a good time. Let's see. So I think I'm about a little over halfway. But now the hard part begins because this was mostly on trail. Now it's the rest of it's cross country. I'm not even sure where I'm going. I think it's here. I'm gonna have to look at the map. Anyway, good times. So this is the canyon I gotta drop into. Then I'll just try to go somewhere up here. I think. But first I'm gonna drop down to the shoulder. There's a small lake there, or a tarn. I'm gonna try to get some water since I'm extremely thirsty. Since it's hot, I can feel the heat radiating off the rocks. So just there is my water. This is, I think, Lake Eleanor, which probably would have been a smarter place to start since I've gone 10 miles. And that's probably like 4 miles from here, but whatever. I'll save it on the way out, hopefully. But this, I was hoping to get this water because I thought, in my ignorance of the west side, that this would be a nice, clear, crystal water supply, and it's just full of grass. So we'll see what it looks like. The other one was kind of muddy, and I think this one might be too, but that's life. So I paused to get the water, which I did. I just had 2 liters, and I was trying to charge some stuff using my solar charger, but it doesn't seem to be working all that well. Slightly concerning. Like when I walked away, it was 66%, and then I came back and it was 71. And it's just been 71 for a long time. Then it just keeps switching to like flash 100. Yeah, and then it's back to 70. You know, got 1 more percent. And my phone never charged at all. So I'm a little concerned because I'm kind of relying on that working. Otherwise, I'm screwed. So I'm descending to Bartlett Creek, and it's it's brushy, but it's not awful. There's generally a way through it. I have long pants, that helps. But it looks like it's just kind of this area down to the creek, and then some brush getting up over the step. And after that, it's back to largely slab, I think, or at least I hope. Well, I made it to Bartlett Creek finally. Nicer looking water. Got some fish in it. Glad I don't have to use that log. It's a little precarious. So now I just need to find a way up this stuff. This chute here looks like it'll go, assuming I can get through the brush. The others, it's hard to tell, but they've got steep slab that's really run out, or big steps. But this one I think will go. I finally made it back to slabs. I was in brush so high it was over my head. Oh man. I thought that to come out of Bartlett Creek was going to be 1,000 feet. I think it was more like 2,000. So I'm pretty destroyed, but now I just have about 3 miles straight ahead. Although there's a bonus peak I may tag, it's an extra mile. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty beat. But I can walk on slab, even with 50 pounds for quite a while. Although man, I feel terrible. But it's beautiful. Well, I meant to get here yesterday, but that didn't work. So I camped about 1 hour and 15 minutes from here. This is Spotted Fawn Lake. There's some ducks right there taking off. I think I just kind of lucked out walking to a pretty decent area. There's a lot of flat slab right over here. I may camp here tonight, even though it'll put me even farther behind schedule. At least that's where I'll dump my stuff and start tagging some peaks around here and see how long that takes. And I'm also definitely going swimming in here.
my solution to trying to get around this lake. I could go way over, try to avoid the brush, or I can just walk. Plus, I can't really see, but there's a lot of dragonflies. It's pretty cool. And the water feels nice. So straight ahead is the first actual objective of the day. That's peak 7680. I just came up to something with not enough prominence because it was close, and I don't know, it was a bump and I wanted to go on it. Nice flat summit up here, flat-ish. So, let's see. This is Spotted Fawn Lake. My camp is over there, so, well, my gear's over there. I may or may not camp there. I need to come through here. This is a little Bear Lake. Go here, like, then over the back, and drop into a canyon to get to the place where my theoretical camp is tonight, although I'm kind of skeptical that's going to happen. So I'm probably just going to stay where I am. Just came across a bunch of deer tracks, kind of cool. I live in a pretty area. Getting a little closer to my objective. Yeah, this place is like a land of lakes. So this is Little Bear Lake. This is Boundary Lake because it's not obvious, but right there, there's a canyon that goes down, and that's the edge of this Yosemite. Then there's Emigrant Wilderness. And also, look at this slab. Oh, it looks awesome. Some other unnamed lakes here. And yet more. There's another one just out of view called Many Island Lake that probably be cool to see, but I can't see it. So much stuff to visit. So there's this little dragonfly. Well, I don't know what they are, but I want to see if I can get them. They're right here near the water. There they are. How cool is that? There's so many of them. They're just all long hair. An unnamed lake. I just came down from, I can't really see, but next is to go up this. And none of them are that big, although some of the brush creates problems, and sometimes there's fairly big steps. But I paused here to get more water, since I am thirsty because it is hot. So the next objective, straight ahead, Marker Peak, and the next one might be this kind of nondescript bump after that, we'll see. It looks pretty easy between the two. For this one, I gotta kind of drop down a fair bit. Well, not that far, but I kind of drop down into here, and then come up over here, and then it's like that one, maybe. And I think there's a trail I can take for a little while until I pop back up and do some stuff over here. And that's where I just came from, which somehow took me an hour. Oh dear. The terrain here shows a bit why I thought it'd be fun to ski through here. I mean, it's so much rolling terrain. And there is actually a trail up here somewhere. I mean, I'm sure these trails are old and not well maintained, but typically the trails will go through, you know, passable terrain. Because there's some sort of like Styx Pass or something. There's some pass somewhere up here near Mercator Peak, or Merker Peak, which is right behind the tree there. So still heading towards it, across easy terrain at the moment. I just picked up the trail over Styx Pass. You can see in the center here. Perhaps not the most frequently used trail, but I do see footprints on it, so someone uses it sometimes. So my objective is up off to the right here, but all this stuff looks kind of hard, so I'm hoping for an easier entrance somewhere on the other side of the pass. I don't think it'll show, but there's a fair number of butterflies flying around here right near the summit of Merker Peak. I've been in Yosemite before and just been inundated by, oh, here's one. Oh, he flew off. By butterflies, and it's so cool. Well, that was in August though. Anyway, this is basically the summit. So the next task is Kibbe Ridge, right there. Oh, yeah, gosh. Just don't just leaving Kibbe Ridge. Not the greatest view. It's kind of a rounded peak. That's my third peak of the day. And I'm hoping to do three more. But I've only got one register. I miscounted. I thought I brought 5, but I brought 4. 2 of them are named, one's unnamed. It's also 2 p.m. I've been going for 7.5 hours. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do all 3. So we'll have to see. But right now it's down here at the Styx Pass. And then off somewhere. I'll have to check the map again. My brain is so fried. This is the trail to Styx Pass, or it's a stream. Can't really tell which one, but it's going the right direction, so we'll go with it. Oh, so thirsty again. So hot. Here's Merker Peak from another angle, and then back here behind the trees is Kibbe Ridge. It's actually had over 500 feet of prominence. It's a tricky one just because it's so rounded. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to go back to Styx Pass and from there figure out what I'm going to do next. I may try to go to Bartlett Peak, but I don't know yet. That's about 2.6 miles as a crow flies. Who knows how far it is on the trail. Plus cost cross country. We'll see. If anyone ascends Merker Peak, there's this step right here that kind of goes along a lot of the base. I think I went up right there. It was maybe class 4. A little slab move. So you can go around either side. I just happened to come up in the middle of it because I'm an idiot. But you could just go here and go up. So this is peak 7883. And this over here, Emigrant Wilderness. But back to 7883, what caught my eye as I was approaching is even from here, look at that cairn on this, at 7883. I'm surprised. I'm really curious who put. I'm hoping there's a register there because that's pretty cool for an unnamed peak. Well, strangely, this cairn is not actually at the summit. It's at the boundary marker for Yosemite. The summit is right over there. Huh. I looked, I couldn't find anything in it. Maybe it's part of surveying? I don't know. It took some effort. So this is Boundary Lake. I decided to bail on Bartlett, which is right in the center there. Maybe I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow, except that means I need to take my pack with me. We'll see how that goes. But I guess I'll walk up onto that ridge in the background there and then kind of go behind up this down here to the outlet of Boundary, and there's a little trail that should take me down to the canyon so I can actually get over into the Emigrant Wilderness for my next camp. First I gotta get back to my current one. So I've just left Boundary Lake and this is Little Bear Lake. I'm gonna go along the left side of it here. And there's just places to camp everywhere. And there's such beautiful sights. It just seems totally deserted. I don't know what's going on. Maybe people just don't come here. And where I'm going, again, I'll have to look at the map, but it's somewhere over on the other side of that. It's where Spotted Fawn Lake is. There's my home for the night, Spotted Fawn Lake. This kind of bummer is to go for the left side, it's, kind of a huge ordeal because you got to go up over these cliffs, and to go from the right side I need to wade through the lake or go all the way around this thing. Oh well. On the plus side, it's unlikely anyone will be there now since it's so difficult to get to that side, since that was a bad place to camp. So I can't tell if my solar charger is working well. I know it's not working properly, but I can't tell if it's working at all. So anyhow, that said, here's my camp. Got some water filtering somewhere. I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. I pitched my tent here because I wasn't sure. I heard a mosquito. I was like, whatever. God, I shouldn't have used this camera. Hold on, let me switch the other one to show around. Did I get bug bite? What is going on? Anyway, hold on. So I'm trying to figure out how people actually get to this lake. But somebody put some, usually like packers do this. Like they put effort into this. They've got wood stacked. But I don't know how you get here. Like it's really inconvenient. The only way I can think is if you come up from Boundary and just go past these three, or this is the third lake, but there's no way to even get here without going like all the way over there, all the way around that, or wading through the water, because the shore is, one side's a cliff and the other side, well, I mean, maybe you could get through that brush, but it just looks like a nightmare. I'm trying to get through that, and it's the same on the other side, which is why I was waiting. How do I, oh, what is going on? I screwed up the, whatever. I got my clothes drying out. I went for a swim. That was nice. The water's actually kind of warm. And I finished early today just because I'm tired and wussed out. But my plan tomorrow is to wake up a little early, and I'm going to try to tag this peak back here, and then just go all the way along the, well, I can't really see it, get Bartlett Peak that I didn't do before, and then from there just drop straight down into the canyon. That's back near Boundary Lake. We'll see how that goes. So it's the start of day 3. I'm on my way to Nance Peak from Spotted Fawn Lake. There's a lot more undergrowth than I would have hoped. The map, I should have looked at the satellite, I'll just say that. It looks, I'm hoping it's going to get a little better as I get higher, but I'm not all that optimistic. I'm only doing a little over a mile an hour in 1.25, and I have all my stuff with me, so it's heavy going. Still going to Nance Peak, so I mean, I guess going through there is better than a boulder field, but it still kind of sucks. But I think, hopefully, I've mostly reached the end of that. This I can live with. Definitely lifted my mood a bit. Only a half mile to go. I'm between Nance Peak and Gillette, which is not super obvious. I'm not 100% sure what bump it is out here, but these are the Inferno Lakes. Kind of cool looking. But what else that was neat in the background, the 3 chimneys and I think Castle Rock, or maybe that's Castle Rock. I've not done any of them, but I just thought that was cool. Anyway, oh, and then here, where I came from, originally, this should be Spotted Fawn Lake, where I spent the night. Oh, and I almost forgot. This is actually why I started taking video. Look at this peak. It's not, I can't believe it's not named. It's just peak 8894. Isn't that cool looking? But not on my agenda today. Still cool looking. Maybe someday. Just God, look, there's so much around here. It's just so neat. Wish I had a better video camera. Found another butterfly. Let's see if I can actually. There we go. Ah, my legs. No, no, no. All I wanted to do was bend down. Oh well. How cool is this bowl? You can just imagine a glacier sitting right in here. So somewhere, this might actually be in the background there. That may be Bartlett. Still not 100% sure. It might be a little close. So I made it to the summit of Bartlett Peak, and I very intelligently brought my pack up here with me, which I now have to take back down to near this lake, because I need to go down and around, and then off this, actually down through here, I think, between this and that, because I don't think I can get, well, maybe I can get off this ridge, but it looked kind of hard. So I'm going to go down there towards Boundary Lake, and then at the edge of it, the outlet, pick up a trail that'll take me down to Lord Meadow, which is down in this canyon. I think that's Lord Meadow. Well, actually, I have no idea. It's somewhere down in there. And then walk down the trail a bit, and then there's this huge slab. I think I'm just gonna walk up that behind here, like this, not this, but I think that's Gillette Peak. So behind that is Big Lake, where I'm hoping to camp. It's only a few miles, but given the state, I'm not even doing. I've gone 5.9 miles in 6.5 hours. Pretty bad side. I think I've got like 5 miles to get there maybe on the trail. Slightly worried about that since it's 12:30 p.m. But let's see what happens. I assume some of it will be easier, and the slab shouldn't have any route finding or bushes to go around. It looks easy. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Original plan had me going from Bartlett Peak on the other side over to Boundary Lake and then picking up a pack trail down to the canyon down here. But I was looking at the map again and I saw that there was this nice ramp that they showed up on the map, and I looked and visually it was there. It might be a little longer, I'm not sure, since I'm going the opposite. I want to go that way and I'm walking this way, but for the excuse to walk through such a cool canyon, how could I turn that down? I mean, it's just awesome. So part of why I dropped down where I did was because I knew there was a trail that went through this canyon. Because walking through, I mean, it kind of cliffs out at points, it's all choked with brush. Walking through this trail would be kind of a bummer. Except, is this the trail? I mean, yeah, there's pack horseshoes, right? And then there's this cut, very recently cut tree for reasons I don't really understand. But man, this is not an obvious trail. But more cut wood, so I guess this is it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is definitely the trail, but man, it does not look like it gets much use. Look at all the grass growing on it. But as long as it gets me through the thick brush and gets me past the cliffs, I should be good. Also, this is the kind of place I imagine if this was 15 minutes from a parking lot, or 5, there'd be routes on these walls. Such cool formations. And I'm already kind of in love with Cherry Creek Canyon. Look at this water, it's so tempting to go swimming. Just I got things to do, places to be. But I kind of want to camp here, just relax. It looks awesome. Plus it's kind of warm, and that water would be really nice right now. Alright, I'm no longer in love with this canyon. This is a trail. It's not the best. It looks like there's just nice slabs just over there. Why am I here? Well, I quickly fell out of love with Cherry Creek Canyon after losing the trail a bunch of times. I bailed to the slabs. But the slabs kind of ended and I have to keep going through stuff and it's slow going. Now I'm sitting here with no pants on, trying to dry out my pants because I went through a really deep stream because I'm an idiot. It's such slow going through here. I thought, oh, I'll hit this trail, it'll be a nice jaunt. Chance to mentally recover before I have to slog up of 2,000 feet. Nope. Oh well. After struggling through all the brush, I think I have finally got to the slabs. Oh, it's all worth it again. That was rough. That was rough going. But I think from here, I should be able to just somewhere go up nice smooth ramp, hopefully. And it shouldn't be, aside from just a lot of physical work, it shouldn't be terrible. We'll see. Look at this place. There's a little grass island. Let's see if I can. Grass island, there's a sand, almost island, a waterfall over here. So I just gotta go around this. I'm gonna try my luck on that shore, and then it's, for me, it's up, 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 up for quite a while, unfortunately, to Big Lake. I almost wish I'd run out of time here. but I have more time, so might as well keep pushing. Let's see if we can get a little breeze through here. Oh, kind of stopped. Anyway, it's cool to watch the flowers. Still working my way up. Back there's my slabby slab route. I'm on my way to Big Lake from Cherry Creek Canyon. What a cool area. I think one of these, I think this is Gillette. Actually, maybe that center one's Gillette. Not 100% sure. Maybe I'll find out tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I was actually thinking of just camping around here, but it's only like 5:30-ish, maybe 5:45, and I'm pretty close to Big Lake, so I might as well go take a look at that. But it's really nice. I was starting to wonder if it was going to be worth it coming to Big Lake, but I think it is. Cool lake. Lots of islands. I think what I'm going to do is just, since I'm on a cliff right now, is just go along here down to this, and I think it looks like there's some slabs in there. I'm hoping I can just pitch a tent in there on something flat, go for a swim in my little bay. It's awesome. What a cool place. I don't know how it'll work because the light's not very good, but there was no mosquitoes here at Big Lake, and then suddenly I got swarmed, so I jumped in my tent, but there's one, there's one. There's not that many anymore. There's a few that are probably not visible. Anyway, all I hear is buzz, 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 buzz. I'm sitting here trying to plan the rest of my trip since I know I'm gonna run out of time. There's the lake. I moved back a bit since I think I was too close originally. I was under 100 feet. That site was really nice, but this one's the right distance. And there's mosquitoes everywhere. I'm sure it's a coincidence. It's just after, well, it's probably an hour after sunrise here at Big Lake, but we've still got a moon. That's probably not visible. You can see this duck swimming. It's kind of cool to watch it land. A fish jumped, and I saw a bird flying. I thought I was going to grab the fish, but it was just a duck. So my camp's over there somewhere. Today, I'm going to go, it's not really visible. There's some series of unnamed, like 6 or 7 unnamed peaks, just kind of in a big loop back around here. And then I'll come down along through here again and then back. So it's just a big loop out that way. I'm not expecting to see anybody, but we'll see. I could be surprised. After spending the better part of 3 days wandering through brush, it's so nice to see slab like that. I'm hoping there's more of that today. The map indicates there should be, but again, I was too dumb to look at satellite view, so who knows? But for now, I'm just happy to walk up a nice gentle slope. So I made it to the summit of Peak 8694, which is the first one of the day. There was a cairn here, but no register, so I built a home and left another. Even though I brought 20, I think I've used 8 or 9 already. Anyhow, alright, so here, center, Tower Peak, or I'm sorry, Castle Rock, I think. 3 chimneys, granite dome right here in the center. This might be Relief Peak, kind of the center there. That might be Relief Peak. I kind of don't know the rest of these. Oh, there's an obvious one here. Hold on. Why I can't? Oh, I'm already zoomed in. Tower Peak, I think, is there. There. That's Tower. So then Craig, I think it's this little bump right here peeking it behind. That's correct. That one has the register from 1911 that you can't read, except you can read 1911. Other stuff I don't know. Way out here, oh man, my zoom sucks. I think that's Mount Clark, that little pointy thing, kind of right in the center. Then here, closer to home, where I was yesterday, Nance. That's Bartlett, and then you can see that ramp I went down. Then I came through the canyon, and then up through here, because I think this is through here that's Gillette, I think, which I may do tomorrow. The rest of my day is just out here somewhere, wandering around these. Anyway, I have no idea how that looked with the zoom, probably all pixelated. Very pretty perspective from here. Really makes me, this is the closest I've been to the Three Chimneys and Castle Rock. I want to check those out now, although I'm guessing the rock is crap. So my next objective is this unnamed peak. So I was heading down to the attractively named Louse Creek Canyon, and I just noticed, let's see if it shows up. I think, God, the heart's up there is a tent. So there's actually people here. Shocking. It's been a while since I've seen anyone. Except I'm going more this way. Or, well, where's the word hell? Oh, probably more that way. But, interesting. There's a trail through there, though, so that could explain why they're there. I wish I knew my trees better. Look at this. It's huge. Looks like a redwood or something. Except I have no idea if that's what a redwood looks like. But there's a few of them around here. Sequoia? I have no idea. It's so sad. That's a pine tree. I don't know anything about these. How sad is that? I want to call it a foxtail pine, but they're much smaller. Oh, it's got moss all over it. On the moss. What the heck is this stuff called? Oh gosh. Lichen-like stuff all over it. Anyway, onward and upward. Come on, I want to get this. Look at the quail. How cool is that? Dude, it's cool. Sorry to interrupt. I think it's a quail. Thought there were more, but oh well. I've interrupted a family of quail. I feel so bad. Oh man. The little ones are hiding in that bush. They're so small. They just look like, honestly, a few days old. I'm sorry. I'll go left. Sorry, guys. I keep thinking each peak has the best view, but this one's pretty good. All the winds make it impossible to hear me. About 500 feet prominence. So out there, that's where, Half Dome, Clarence King, all that stuff is. Like, I don't want to say actually Yosemite, but, well, I guess I'm no longer in Yosemite, so actually Yosemite. My plan is to go down here to this, apparently. It has 280 feet of prominence. I probably won't leave a register. And then up, maybe to that. I gotta look around more once I get there. Not sure whether this will record, but there's a hummingbird. I don't know where it went. So I was just coming off this last unnamed peak where the fire pit was. And man, I picked a bad route. It's like a series of, I don't know, not like cliff bands, but like divisions where it's like a big U where it goes straight down, flat, and straight back up. Oh, if I only went over just a little bit more, but now I'm on these. So I can finally get down to the canyon. Then I'm gonna just go around and then maybe, I think it's that somewhere, I can't even see it. That is my bonus peak, or just start going either up this canyon, all the way up it, there's no trail, and then I can connect to a trail and go around it, or go over it, because my camp's over there. So I gotta get through this drainage, and then that drainage. Oh man. Oh well. Still making my way back to camp, but I finally reached the base of this canyon. Wish I had more time to spend it. Well, I guess it's up to me how I spend my time. But it would be cool just to sit here and relax, go for a swim. Oh well. So I'm trying to get into this canyon, which is Louse Canyon. And I keep hitting these little canyons. I don't know how well they show, but they're huge gaps. It's just like straight down, across, up, straight down, across, up. I passed all of them with considerable effort. I think I'm done taking risks. I just need to now figure out how to get all the way down to the bottom. And maybe I can just walk across where the water goes. Oh man. Alright, I made it down to the bottom. Now I just gotta cross this, well, at some point, head up Louse Canyon, forget other peaks for now. Then I'm just gonna keep going up until I connect to a trail that takes me over this ridge. And then I can take the trail all the way there back to my camp. We'll see how long that takes. It's only a few miles, but first I gotta get to the trail. So I finally got into the mouth of Louse Canyon. That's the mouth. So it's kind of up this canyon for a while, or over. Well, I have to go over eventually. Do I go over cross country and have it shorter with more gain, or go over on a trail and have it longer with less gain and obviously on a trail? Trail's probably faster, although I always want to go the direct route, especially if it includes a peak. We'll see what happens. The ridge won. I got tired of the brush. So that's the peak I came from. Also, you can see there's a duck there. There's a duck right there. I mean, this ridge line, it's a ridge. Where are you gonna go? But there's actually ducks kind of all over the place. I found them, they didn't help me. I repeatedly saw them while trying to get off that maze of mountain with the last peak and then down to the canyon floor. But I mean, I guess that helped someone. So anyway, hopefully this ridge stays not too brushy and doesn't get too bad. It looks good from the map. So as long as it's easy to get off of, hopefully this won't waste a huge amount of time. Just leaving the summit of peak 8260, yet another one where there was no register, so I left one. I just need to get off this without cliffing out, although I guess at worst, I can go along the ridge and then off here. And then I need to go over this, down the other side, well, over that rather, then down the other side. There I can pick up the trail, so about 3 miles to get to camp. It's like 6:45. Oh well. Some of it will be on trail, so that part will go fast. Except that's only a small part of it. Well, there's the peak I was on. Oh, sorry, no. Wait, where the heck is it? Yeah, that's right. Oh, my brain's functioning. So this last pass was super easy. The final one. Now I just go south, southeast, pick up a trail. It's a pack trail, doesn't look very good, but it's a trail. And follow it to Big Lake. And hopefully they'll be light, and when I take a swim, it won't be so freezing cold. The beauty, I almost can't take it. I just, like 5 minutes ago, I took that other video. So it's just down here, that way. Hopefully everything's cool. But this, finally, a dice roll in my favor. I haven't lost them all, but I've been losing a lot recently. So this, well, I'm okay for the next few minutes at least. This is nice. I found the trail. I'll have to say, these trails are not great. I'm kind of continually guessing where to go. So the speed, there's a duck. What the heck? Maybe it's here. Looks like it's been stepped on at some point. Oh, I see, yeah, it goes under this tree.
Anyhow, at least there's a trail. Well, I've kind of given up on this trail. There's just a random series of ducks everywhere. I don't know where the trail's supposed to be, but I don't really need it. I know where I'm going. Although it would have been nice just to turn off my brain. Just one more duck observation, then I'll stop. So this trail just goes like straight across here, like with my shadow just contours around. Duck. 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 Can I see it through here? Duck. Duck. The trail doesn't go this way. The trail goes this way. I mean, if you walk around, they're everywhere. There's just a duck. Everywhere you go, there's a duck. I mean, it's crazy. The same was true when I was hiking today. There's just ducks everywhere. I mean, Bob talking about the Palisades being like the king of Duckville. But this place is right up there. Hey, some footprints. That's cool. Someone was through here. But, like I said, you just stick on the same contour line and walk around. Not too hard. And then I should just bump straight into Big Lake. Hopefully. Also, God, look at this place. Why is it so cool? I love it. I love it so much. We're about to go over the final bump, and there's Big Lake. All right. Now we're just gonna walk all the way around it because my camp's on the other side. So smart. Off in the sun. There's my little private inlet. Awesome. Still in the sun. I don't think it looks like the shadow is going to hit it before we get there though. So I decided I'm probably not going to do any peaks today. I'm just going to move from Big Lake right there to, I don't really know where. I'm just going to keep walking and then see how I feel. I'm feeling pretty tired and my feet hurt a lot. So maybe, I mean, if I'm smart, I'll do a shorter day. But the problem is I'm not very smart. So I may just keep walking. But man, the bottoms, the pads of my feet, on like the balls, gosh, they don't feel very good. Beautiful place though. Whenever I come across these old, I think they're called drift fences for grazing. See the barbed wire, and then there's probably a post there. And here, this huge stack, barbed wire holding it together. I always wonder the story of this stuff. When was it built? Who used it? I mean, obviously it's packers, but I'll never find out. My map indicates there's not a trail here, but the whole way through this thing, I keep finding, I know it's kind of hard to see, but what appear to be vestiges of a trail, although it went straight through this log. And this tree fell a long time ago. Anyway, it's just kind of cool. I'm gonna have to check the old historical maps when I get home to see if like the 1945 or the I forgot the year, other map has a trail here. Here's some bear prints, kind of cool. As soon as they have good taste in environments. I mean, if you were a bear, wouldn't you want to live here? Except for the mosquitoes, that part kind of sucks. I came to Red Can Lake because the name, it just seemed cool. It's kind of totally out of my way. But since I'm just hiking around today, I figured I'd be an explorer. What a pretty place. I know I say it a lot. There's just so many pretty places here. Anyway. So I decided to take the trail to Otter Lake, which is here. And I'm hoping what it'll let me do is see Huckleberry Lake from above, just because that's actually a lake I've wanted to visit for a while. And I wanted to camp there, but not this time, I think. So anyway, I just thought I'd take a video of it because it's so darn pretty. Just taking a video of Huckleberry Lake. It's pretty cool. A lot of grass, at least on the far side. So my plan tomorrow actually involves some of these peaks, assuming I get where I'm trying to go, which is somewhere over there. Onward. I figured I'd come down to Huckleberry Lake to get some water. You can see I'm just charging some stuff in the sun while I take a break. Oh, a fish just jumped. Get some water and just take a small break. Eat lunch. Is it even lunchtime? 12:19? Yeah, it's lunchtime. We'll also just rest and get water. And just also appreciate how gosh darn beautiful it is. I have no idea whether, again, this will show up. There's just tons of butterflies in this little spot here. There were more before I interrupted them. How cool is that? All different kinds. I wonder if I can zoom in. Oh, pixelated. Anyway, kind of a cool place. I'm headed up to where I hope to camp tonight above Twin Lakes. But look at this, the very first patch of snow I've seen this entire time. And the kind of Twin Lake, this is Lower Twin Lake. The view at Twin Lake was really pretty, but it was like, there was no wind, it was absolutely calm, it was surrounded by trees, and there were mosquitoes everywhere. So I thought, I'm going up here, there's some lakes that are more kind of swampy, so that might be a mosquito issue too, but it's higher and more exposed, so I thought maybe wind would keep them down, because I typically don't mind wind, I say that now. Anyhow, that's why I'm up here. Just sitting here resting, waiting for some water to filter so I can carry it back over to my tent, which is out of view. Well, it's not even set up. My backpack is out of view over there. There's I'm below Mount Mitchie, Mitchie, which is on the agenda for tomorrow. It was really hard to find a campsite in here. It's like a lot of pointy rocks, nothing flat, or it's grassy. I'm trying really hard to comply with the rules on what you can camp on. So I found a slab. I think I'll fit on it. We'll see. Hopefully nothing gets punctured. I think I'll be okay though. So here's my camp below Mitchie Peak, which is the high point in the back. Well, I hope the high point in the background. So just a few feet away. Let's walk to the edge here, and that's Lower Twin Lake. Let's see if I can identify. That's Castle Rock again. Oh, sorry, that centered there is now Castle Rock. The high point here is Black Hawk Mountain. Relief Peak, it's going to go out of focus with my finger, but right there, that's Relief Peak. And here in the foreground, I don't know how to say it, Satch Monument, S-A-S-C-H-S-E. And that's, I think, all I know around here. Everything else, to my knowledge, is unnamed. Just one more panorama. I haven't seen, there wasn't anyone at Upper Twin Lake, and from here I don't see anyone at Lower Twin Lake. It's surprising, there's trails to all these places, everything's just abandoned. Although I did see evidence that the packers have been through this season for sure, because there are hoof prints.
It's the morning of day 6. These are the first clouds I've seen the entire time. It's just been blue. Makes me wonder I should check the weather at some point. Almost ready to go. I'll be ready to go before 6, hopefully this morning, and straight up to Mitchie Peak.
So here's the summit of Mitchie Peak. I actually have a signal up here, which is shocking. So I was able to update news, find out what's going on in the world. I've yet to find a register on this trip. I've made a little home for a register there. I found a rusted out old can. So someone had one at one point. Anyhow, so I'm on Mitchie. I'm trying to see through my mosquito net. Kendrick. Well, it's this ring. It's kind of obvious. I can't see what I'm pointing at, but I'm just gonna follow the ridge. Kendrick, this high one, like it's kind of grassy below is Bigelow, and then there's the other two are unnamed peaks. Or actually, yeah, no, sorry, just one. So I may do these four, Bigelow, the one I'm on, Mitchie, Kendrick, Bigelow, unnamed nothing. There's two more on the other side. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do them just because of time, because I kind of want to get started trying to get out of here, because during the night, oops, I accidentally stopped the camera. Part of why I want to start getting out of here is during the night, some sort of rodents just went to town on my pack, and they actually, when they chewed through this backpack strap, they just stole the center section. So even if I sewed it, I wouldn't be able to wear it because I can't get my body in a loop that small. I mean, here's what it's supposed to look like. They stole all of this. They chewed from here to here and then stole the center. They also chewed up my underwear. I mean, they chewed other places too. They kind of went to town. I realize I've taken a bit of a risk because it coming up here where the things that shoot all my stuff is still down there with the things that shoot it. But I'm hoping, so I wrapped all the things in something that was like airtight, the stuff that had like smell of me or like salt, and I hung it in a tree with like really flimsy branches in the hope that it's just like too much work. But that's, you know, maybe not my best plan ever. But I wanted to place some more registers to try to, well, one, place registers, and two, get rid of weight. So that when because I have to carry the backpack by just holding my hand here, so I only have one hand. Anyway, so that's why maybe I'll only do this little ridge and then start walking. I'm gonna kind of just come around here, and then I think, I'm trying to see where my pass is. I think I might go over there. Again, I'd have to check the map, but I want to get over into that side and then just start, depending on how difficult that going is, start maybe getting out of here. Because if I can only do, you know, 10 miles a day or 8 miles a day, I'm gonna have to start leaving now. Otherwise I'm gonna be here forever, because I'm kind of far from my car in terms of trail, like just how I can get there. Even, well, the straight line is not that far, but like trail miles, I'm probably at least 35 at the moment. Good times. Actually, although I was gonna leave, I wanted to just point out a few more peaks. This is where it was last year. Let's see if I can do this. So this is Forsyth. I'll just do this. The very center is Forsyth. Then the very center, that's Tower. Then Keys, I think. This down below, just now center, just to the left of Tower, that's Dinosaur Ridge. And I don't know the rest. But anyway, that's the area I was in October. So I remember walking through that giant bowl, like straight in the center. And I got, you know, from there, it's not that a few miles away, I got out in, you know, 8 hours or something like that. What the heck? I really can't. I'm doing this from the wrong side. I should not have done this from Hetch Hetchy. Ugh. This is the first descent. I can almost pound down, except I have to hold my strap. I wonder if I can help. I should have done this the other way, but this is how I hike now. Kind of sucks when I have to use two hands because this just chokes me, but whatever. I'm probably always behind schedule because somehow I spend like a half hour in every peak because it's just so cool, but it's kind of a time suck. Anyhow, Bigelow from a different angle. Then the PCT, just that's Lake Dorothy, I think. It just goes all the way through this canyon. I think left around there, I'm not 100% sure. So Tower again, and then in the foreground, that's Keys. So it's kind of, I remember sitting on that last October, looking across the valley this way, and thinking, you know, how cool it'd be to come here again. And here I am. And then further away in Yosemite, North Peak. Ah, the dang focus. Although that little nubbin thing in the center, that's Conness. And then right there, Dana. And then there's other stuff, but that's all I recognize. Obviously there's other stuff, that's all I recognize. And my car is about, I think, 14 miles as the crow flies that way. So it's 2 or 3 days away. Good times. So I'm on my way to Bigelow Peak, crossing over some unnamed bumps. And I just came across volcanic rock for the first time. That's kind of cool. And I'm gonna go to that. You can see this summit here. The rock changes right there. Kind of neat. Makes me wish I knew more about geology. And I can see ever better now the peaks I was doing last October. Then I camped down between Tower and I think that's Dinosaur Spine or something like that. Well, actually not between them. I think it's like Lake Mary, but up there. So on the other side of this valley. So I'm just below peak 10,341 from between Bigelow and this peak. And I just saw Bigelow Lake. Look at this. What a cool lake. And here's Bigelow. I think that's a false summit. Well, I know that's a false summit, but it's going to be pretty easy to do. Then after Bigelow, I'm going over to this peak. And then, depending on my energy levels and time, I'm going to try to grab that one. Then I'll come back down here through the trail that just goes right along below Bigelow. And it's out of sight on the other side here, but to pass Twin Lake. And then partially back up Mitchie, where my camp is on the other side of that at, I think, 1,000 feet below the summit or so. We'll see. All right, here's another video. They're all kind of the same, but from the summit of peak 10,341, or maybe 431, I think. So that's Bigelow. And I came along this ridge here, Kendrick. Here's Mitchie, where I started the day. And here, on this sort of little plateau, that's where I camped and rode and stuff. Lower Twin Lake, Upper Twin Lake, Black Bear Lake, and then Bigelow Lake. And this, I forgot the name of this path, shoot, but there's a trail that goes over it, although I can't see it. At least I think there is. And then, oh, you know what? The trail might actually be, I lied. The path might be over on the other side, not 100% sure. There's a trail that goes by Bigelow Lake. It just may come from that drainage, not this one. Because I should be able to see a pass there and I can't, or trail rather. Although obviously you could go over that without that much issue. Way down here, that's a little tiny bit of Huckleberry Lake. So here's the bowl I traversed today. It doesn't look like much, does it? I can't really see the other peak, but it's hidden behind the trees. I was going to keep going along the ridge, but I decided to save it for later, another time. Maybe I'll come back. And instead now I'm just descending to Upper Twin Lake before going halfway back up. Man, this is so sad. How does my brain do this? Not Bigelow. I don't even know what peak I went up. What is wrong with my brain? This is what happens. I just get fried. Anyway, going halfway back up that thing and then going around behind it to get my stuff out of varmint country. I was tempted to look, but I remembered Mitchie Peak. So just wanted to get that. Oh, might as well just continue the video just for a moment to get over this. Let's see, can we see any of Upper Twin Lake? No, not yet, just trees. So I could have gone the other way. I kind of wonder if continuing along that ridge and getting at least one more peak would have been faster, because it would have taken me directly back to a trail. So hopefully it's not too slow going through here, because I am just going straight there, just down through and then back up. I love these little meandering streams. This one, I'm filtering some water here. It's probably fine. It's flowing. It's coming to, I know it's runoff from that.
Doesn't have much time to get contaminated, but might as well. Now you can see how much it's going there. But see, it just loops around. Then it goes right back. Goes over there. Just wandering through. Pretty cool. There's a grouse right there. It's taking off. Look at the way it's going all down to the ground. Anyway, I'm back at, well, it's not super obvious. I'll take a video in a second, but I'm back at Upper Twin Lake. So here's Upper Twin Lake again. I think I just need to go up, whoops. I think I just need to go up around 600 feet. I kind of don't want to actually calculate it in case it's more. But I'll just be going up this easy, well, technically easy slope to, I think, or it might be right around there. And then hanging a right. And I'll find out if rodents have chewed on more of my stuff. Fingers crossed. It's more of the lake. They all have such different characters. I'm guessing there was probably no point to this, but this is where I hung my stuff. So the animals didn't chew on it while I was gone. My thinking being that obviously squirrels and things, I mean, I've seen them do crazy stuff to get to bird feeders. And my thing is maybe they were after salt, and if they couldn't walk over and lick it, they wouldn't know if something was salty. So I just kind of hung it here where they couldn't, I don't know, maybe they'd be less likely to wander onto it. But for whatever reason, they seem to have not chewed my sleeping bag or my sleeping pad or my tent. So I'm happy about that. Now I just need to pack up and see what happens with only one strap. Everything I'm doing, I kind of don't want to take my heavy pack cross country, I think, at the moment. I mean, I have to get here, but I don't want to take it on like class 3 for sure, because it's I'm curious. Well, we'll see. I first got to try it on and see how this is with one strap, but I'm worried it's going to choke me if I let go with one hand. All right, this is going to be the moment of truth. I've packed my pack up. I've only got one strap. Oh, please let me be able to get all my gear out of here. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, back. Thank goodness it's so much less heavy. Okay. There. Unstable. I think I can hike like this. I can definitely do this on a trail. I mean, my hand's gonna hurt, my arm's gonna get tired, but whatever. That doesn't, I mean, I can breathe, but it doesn't feel very good, I have to admit. It's sort of like being choked. All right, so let's do this. I should be able to, oh, that feels great. I should be able to have a pretty, oh, where am I going? God, I can't even see. Like, to get out of here, it's cross country, but luckily it should be pretty easy. And then I'm gonna try to make it from where if I get to where I'm going, I'm just gonna camp there. Well, I don't know where I'm going. Wherever I go, I'm going to a trail. So where I'd plan to camp, it's like 2,000 feet below it, is a trail. And I think with the pack, when it's this heavy, I'm just gonna use trails to get between any places I camp. Because this, oh man, it's already getting tiring. This may suck, but whatever. At least they didn't shoot 2 straps, and now I know. It's good to bring a sling, which I usually do. I just didn't bring one this time because I usually think like, oh, that's a climbing thing. But if I had a sling, I could have cut the sling and then sewn the strap. Although I also found out I forgot my sewing kit, so maybe it's good to also like make sure my checklist is up to date. Anyhow, let's do it. So I'm on my way to Otter Lake, and I've just come down in this little valley. This is the only place, not only have I not seen a lot of ducks, I haven't seen any. So I'm guessing people don't come here very often, because why would you? But for me, I'm just going through here and then over that, well, I'm gonna call it a pass. Well, it's a pass. It's not named. And then go down the other side to Otter Lake. this strap issue is actually pretty sucky. I'm hoping this getting to the top of this pass is the worst of it. The topo map makes it look like it should be pretty easy on the other side. I just don't know what the terrain's like. If it's really brushy, that's gonna be sad. But if I can get to Otter Lake today, I don't have that much more cross country. As much as this strap sucks, it's gonna suck a lot less on a trail because I have to keep using my hands to balance. And it takes two hands sometimes to hold stuff, and that's kind of a bummer because like right now I'm holding the phone and it's kind of choking me. Anyway, just wanted to get one more picture of the valley, the meadow, because it's pretty nice, especially lit up with the sun. So up here, yeah, mosquito, is Mitchie on the other side of that. But I'm just gonna go up this stuff. I'm trying to figure out if I get, if I'm in the trees, it's shaded. I can go over there in the sun, it'd be hot, but there'd probably be fewer mosquitoes. As soon as we have a lot of mosquitoes in the trees, I gotta move. Anyway. Even though I had looked at the map repeatedly and I knew I was gonna go up a hill and or up a slope into a valley before going over the pass, I still forgot about this part. Just before I got up here, I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Then I saw this, I was like, ah, darn it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use two hands at some point, probably for well, I mean, it's class 2, but it looks brushy down low. Oh well. Wine. I'm just about to the top. That wasn't so bad. Actually, yeah. Actually only took about a half, my thing was choking me. Actually took only about a half hour, but why turn this on? Let's look, I think there's footprints here. So somebody, I'm not the only person. Kind of cool. All right, so I'm finally truly at the pass. Let's see what the other side looks like. Oh, there's the 3 chimneys again. Castle Rock, Tower Rock, whatever that is. Looks like a bear's been up here. Maybe there were bear footprints. Oh, there's more brush than I'd hoped. Oh well, maybe I can go over there. A little more slabby. Oh well. Almost like only just another mile or so to camp. Maybe those other footprints really were bear footprints. So it was definitely bear poop, but definitely not a human. Also, I can barely see. So I was wrong, it's not a mile, it's a mile and a half, but right in the center there, I believe that's Otter Lake. So, just gotta get there, through the forest. Good times. So I just got to Otter Lake. I wanted to camp on the other side, but there's, well, I can't have a fire because we're not allowed, but there's a little fire pit. Perfectly flat place right there. And then, I mean, come on. I gotta camp here. Even though it's not super convenient, but whatever. It's only a few extra, I don't know, 10-minute walk around the lake in the morning and evening. Well, I guess that's 20 minutes, but I'm gonna camp here. How cool is this? Too bad it's in the shade right now. Oh well. Oh, you little bastards. I have to go back out there to brush my teeth, or to brush my teeth because my toothpaste and toothbrush are out there. I ate in here, which I probably shouldn't do. So hopefully no bear rips into this during the night. But I gotta take my food bowl out of here and clean it. I'm afraid to go out there. It's only bad for like an hour and a half, but when it gets bad, God, it's bad. I'm on my way to Richardson Peak, but I just came across this little tarn. And look at it. This must look so cool from up high, because like you can see it's so clear, and then it starts to turn sort of blue-green. Anyway, Richardson, let's see if we can barely, actually, is that the summit? That might be a little pinnacle out of, like, not on the ridge. Hold on. Where is Richardson?
Okay, yeah, that's the summit right there in the center. And then out of view, but along this ridge is either Schofield or Schofield. I don't know how to say it. It's probably, I'm guessing Schofield. But I've just spent a few minutes just gazing into the lake. Getting tired. I think I'm just gonna do 3 peaks today, and then either try to do 3 peaks, and then either rest or move camp closer to the car to make my exit easier, because I'm pretty far from it. But I'm kind of thinking if I start walking, I may not stop, and I may just go to my car however long that takes, unless I collapse. So I gotta figure out what to do, because my feet are in pretty bad shape, and I'm just tired. I'm going very slowly. Winds may make this video impossible to hear, but I'm on Richardson Peak. Yosemite Valley's out there somewhere, like Hetch Hetchy, somewhere with my car. It's only about 10 miles away as the bird flies. If I could run it, I could be there in an hour and a half if this were even just mildly hilly and a trail. But it's probably take me 2 days to get back to my car. I think that might be, oh shoot, it's Lake Eleanor, maybe Cherry Lake, I'm not 100% sure. Some unnamed stuff. Big Island Lake for probably the obvious reason. I continue to forget the name of this thing. Like Castle Rock, Chimney Rock, the 3 chimneys back. Should know the names of those. This is the ridge I'm going to be traversing on, a pretty easy ridge. That's Schofield or Schofield. Then we'll just go along this to Haystack. For reasons I don't know why it's called that. Real classics out here from, Tower, obviously. Rice, I think. And then Snow Peak. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that. Then kind of the more, let's see out here. Oh, center here. I think that's what the heck is that? I forgot. Doesn't matter. And that's some of the higher Yosemite stuff. Anyway, let's see if I can get out of here. Also, I love the color of these lakes. That is so pretty. Tired. I'm on my way to Schofield Peak. There's Haystack right there on the right. But check out Peninsula Lake. That is such a cool lake. You can camp in the forest. You can camp on the slabs. Definitely, it'd be fun to camp there and do all these peaks again. I don't know. But what a cool lake. I kind of want to swim around the entire thing. That would be fun. This is Schofield. It's the summit plateau. But before I get there, oh man. Oh, this looks like it may actually go along that crack. We'll see. Depends on the hand holds. Bird. So I'm midway in the traverse here. There's Richardson, where I was earlier. Just came along the ridge. And to where I am. Now I'll just continue along the ridge to Haystack. So that looks like, there's a little bit up and down and some brush in a few places, but I'd say like 4/5 of it looks like it's just walking, which is good because I'm spent. And then I'll just take this, I'll just backtrack, then down the canyon on the other side of this, which just dumps me at Otter Lake, which is where my camp is. Right, I think I'm gonna just start walking out today. I don't know how far. Maybe I'll go to the car, maybe I won't. I'm gonna arrive, if I keep going, I'll definitely arrive after 5 p.m. so I can't leave until 8 a.m. tomorrow, but whatever. Although I did see in the register that some people from 2015 said they saw 2 otters in Otter Lake. And although otters could be here, they used to be here, some people say they may still be here. I think they're classified as not being here, so that would be awesome if I could get like photographic evidence of an otter. Because they used to be in the Sierra before we killed them all.
A haystack, which is back a half mile that way or so. And I just came across a little spring. Isn't that kind of cool? So there's water here. And then it's just kind of flowing out, right around here, and then no more water. Anyway, cool stuff. I have no idea if my butterfly videos ever work. They split up. There were 3 of them that were all playing together. Oh well. Well, I made it to Haystack. That's Richardson, where I started the day. Schofield. And then just this ridge. Of course, tower by now. So I'm just gonna go over there and then down to Otter Lake, and then probably start walking out, depending on how my feet feel. But I'm gonna sit here a little bit, admire Peninsula. Oh shoot, what's it called? Peninsula Lake? I've already forgotten. That's sad. I think that's what that was. I came up that canyon, I think. Probably should figure that out more, but I'm pretty sure that's where I came from. Ugh, so much work. My feet, even just sitting here, kind of throbbing. I just rubbed raw in a few places because I have these holes now in my shoes, and it's just doesn't feel very good. The whole underneath is all just, my other socks are completely rubbed through, and it's just cut up because I keep cutting my feet on rocks. Oh well, this is why Barbara says wear boots. There's a grouse right center. Too bad it's so pixelated. Just slowly walk at it till I sadly drive it away or by near it. Come on, little grouse, I just want to say. Oh, I feel bad. I'll let it do its thing. Have a good day. So Otter Lake's down there somewhere. At least I'm on nice terrain right now before I drop into that. The forest isn't awful above Otter Lake, but it could definitely be a lot better. Another attempt to get small flying things. Guys, little purple guys, or blue, I guess. Pretty cool. I'm just back at Otter Lake walking around. I doubt I'll find any otters, but I might as well walk around the lake looking along the shore to see if I can find a den or something, something silly. Might as well just try. One of the last looks at where I was last year with Tower. I'm just now descending from Otter. Nice easy terrain so far. Down here where it drops out of sight, it might be a little steep, but that'll be the end of my cross country. I'm just gonna walk until I get too tired or until I get to my car. Not sure which one will happen first. We'll see. Alright, so I just came down from Otter. Here's the Pacific Crest Trail. So I'll be on that for, I don't know, maybe like half a mile or something. I'll go south onto a pack trail and just keep walking south. Got to the junction with the trail to Hetch Hetchy, and I don't know how obvious it is, it's hard to see the sign, but it's only 17.9 miles. It's like 49 to, well, you can't see the sign, but it's like 49 to Yosemite Valley, or 47.3, 15 to Benson Lake, just 4.3 to Tilden Lake, which is a super cool lake. But man, if it's only 18 miles to Hetch Hetchy, I might be doing this in one push. We'll see. I hadn't planned to come out this way, so I hadn't really looked much into it, but I just looked at the map. I think I'm going to be next to the stream almost the entire time, or a stream, as I return to Hetch Hetchy. That's pretty cool, although I'm already getting bitten by mosquitoes, so that's less cool, but whatever. Probably should limit myself how many videos I take of this stream. But isn't that cool? I love rocks just going over slabs like this. It's so neat. And like I said, it looks like it's pretty much all the way. Although at one point I'll be pretty high above it. But it's super cool. Just taking a picture of this meadow. These flowers are looking so nice. I realized that this trail will merge with the one I was on when I hiked in, which, at least the portion I was on, was pretty uninspiring. But for the moment, man, this is great. What a wonderful, wonderful meadow. That's just absolutely beautiful. I just got up to the high point, at least on the trail, of Moraine Ridge, so I'm way above that canyon now. But it's more or less, I think, I only skimmed, what do I want to say, skimmed, briefly looked at the map, and it's it looked mostly down. So it's just another 11 miles, grinding it out. All right, it's about 10:30 p.m. and only 4 miles to go to Hetch Hetchy, and I just hit, I don't know if it's visible here, it's not visible at all, but it's the old road now instead of the trail, so maybe another hour or two, depending on how this goes. Well, definitely more than an hour and a half to 2 hours. Try to get the zoom here on this little mouse. It's hanging out. Don't worry, I don't know you're there. You're safe. So cute. It's a really long tail. Yeah, I'm quite scared. He ran into that little corner. Also, this clearly, you can see it was a road, and then it looks like they broke it up and tried to pretend it wasn't. And now it's kind of like walking in a riverbed frequently. Kind of a bummer. Definitely not my favorite. Finally back in the tunnel. Just gotta walk through this, walk across the dam, and then walk to my car. This was a grind. Just over 9 hours. Whew. What a trip.